They've read a book and want to talk about it. It's the Izzie and Coco Book Review Show.
Hello and welcome to Izzie and Coco's Book Review Show.
I am Coco.
And I'm Izzie.
Today we will be talking about Moon Called by Patricia Briggs. So, would you recommend this book?
Yes, this is another one of my favorite authors.
Actually, I think this is the first book, because she's always been a bookworm, and she got me to become a bookworm with this book. This is my first paranormal
That's the one
romance. Yes.
I forgot about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad. I mentioned Ilona Andrews, but this is a great starter book too. This is about Mercy Thompson, and she is a shapeshifter, and her animal shapeshifter is a coyote, which is really interesting. It's a little different from your usual werewolf.
Right. But actually, she is a walker. She is not a shifter because it doesn't hurt for her to shift. And she comes from her Indian culture.
Yes, Indian. Yeah. She has Native American blood heritage. Yes.
Yes. So she turns into a coyote, and she does have heightened senses, so she can hear and smell and see better than the average human, but she isn't much stronger than the average human.
Yeah. Let me tell you why I love this book. The main character, our heroine, Mercy Thompson, is I know I keep saying they're kick-ass, but this was really kick-ass. She is a mechanic. She loves VW cars. I think she has a Jet, if I'm not mistaken, no? Or VW Bug, probably?
No, so I think she has a rabbit, like an old rabbit.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and she specializes in European cars.
Of course. So she's very handy. She's doesn't need anybody. It's her own business. She deals in the world where there's fairies and trolls and
vampires,
but she holds her own, and she's not at the top of the food chain. She's not, but she
rubs to the bottom. Actually.
Yeah, yes. She is, but she still rubs elbows with these really important people that seem to always owe her a favor. She has their respect, takes no bullshit from pretty much anybody. Her profession, starting off with her profession, I already think she's pretty cool.
She owns her own garage. She's awesome. She also knows all kinds of martial arts to defend herself. Mm-hmm. She turns into a coyote. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Her neighbor is the alpha werewolf of that area. She was raised by the alpha werewolf of the entire United States.
Yes.
So she has really good connections. Mm-hmm. And then one day a kid showed up in her garage asking for help to maybe if he could work for exchange for food or shelter. And it turns out that someone's been creating werewolves without raising them properly, mm-hmm. and experimenting on them. So she takes the kid to the alpha werewolf, who is her neighbor, and then that night they get attacked, and the alpha werewolf gets kidnapped, and his daughter gets kidnapped, and that kid gets killed.
So I didn't remember.
A bunch of crap goes down, and then she's out to find the alpha and the daughter, mm-hmm. and to solve the mystery, who did it, what's going on. So that's what this book is about.
Yes.
And in the meantime, along the way, she's gonna have to deal with vampires, with fairies, and lots of werewolf drama.
Yes, and the vampires is one of her clients,
and he's in love with her.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know if we know that this far.
Spoiler. Whoops. Also, he happens to have, is it a VW bus or a buggy that he has?
A bus.
A bus. Oh, it's just so cute. Come on, it's adorable. So of course she has to work on it because it's a classic, and that's her specialty.
Well, actually, she works on all the vampire cars because all the people in the area have to pay protection from the vampires so they don't get attacked by the vampires.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And she doesn't have money, so she offered to fix up their cars in exchange for that protection. So, but she really just works on this guy Stefan, this VW bus, and a couple of Mercedes, but that's it.
The rest of the time she's just fighting crime and finding kidnap werewolves.
Yeah, so strap on and let's get into this for spoiler alerts from now on. Watch out. So if you haven't read this book, go read it and come back.
Sorry.
So do you remember the relationship between Warren and his boyfriend Kyle?
Yes.
That was awesome.
That's one of the things that I really like. This is like a gay werewolf relationship, and they're really sweet. They're like one of her best friends, and it was like really nice. I like seeing that, and I'm trying to remember what other series has. And it's really interesting to tackle that because, of course, these werewolves are like alpha males, macho, and still, even though one of them I think is the beta wolf, so he's like the second in command.
He's the third.
Third in command? Okay. So they're still really powerful. They're still really strong. It just like takes nothing away from the hierarchy that they're in the pack.
Yeah. Well, actually, she talks about it because the werewolf dynamics is very, very sexist.
Mm-hmm.
So this werewolf had been a lone werewolf.
Yes.
Because all the other packs wouldn't accept him because he was gay. But then this guy, Adam,
exactly.
the cool guy here, he accepted him into the pack. But then the problem was that he'd been dating Kyle, and they've been dating for a long time, and he'd have to, go out in the middle of the night.
I think Kyle is not a werewolf, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Kyle is
a human,
divorce attorney human.
Yeah, it's a human divorce attorney. It's really interesting.
And he'd have to go off in the middle of the night, and all these people would come over, and like Kyle wouldn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And so they were about to break up, and then Mercy sticks her nose in it, and she goes and tells Kyle what's going on because the rules didn't allow anyone to tell Kyle that he was a werewolf, because you can do that once you are going to go in a relationship with a woman, but they didn't allow that with males.
Yeah.
So Mercy goes around and breaks all the rules, and so then now...
So she's not part of the pack, so she doesn't care.
Yeah,
so
all
everything
she does is like, I'm not part of the pack, so don't mess with me.
Yeah, exactly. Those rules don't apply to me.
So she saves the day there, and it's really sweet. You could tell the two wolves really love each other, and they're really cool. They have really cool personalities. So
yes.
I'm glad I got to read about that relationship. That was really cute. But I also don't like how the werewolf dynamics is so sexist. Like the female wolf, even if she's stronger than her partner, she gets her level in the pack.
Wait, she doesn't get to be alpha?
It all depends on her partner.
Oh, I didn't remember this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's like sexist crap like that I was like, oh, that kind of sucks.
And then like Mercy didn't go in and fight that, or they didn't address. It's just like that's how it is. That's how the pack works.
Well, she says that sucks. That's how the pack works. But I'm not pack, so I don't have
It
to
doesn't
deal with
affect
that.
me. Fuck that.
But she will be, and lucky for her, her boyfriend is the alpha, so she doesn't, at the end, the book ends, and then the alpha, she goes out on a date with Adam, the alpha.
Okay.
So obviously that relationship is gonna get developed in other books. So, that's cool. And then,
I love finding great series like this is that continues. It's like a good 4 or 5 books that.
And what I like about this series is the way they developed the relationship between Adam and Mercy Thompson. So this is one where you're like, oh, I can't wait to see how they how they get together and what happens in the next book. So you're gonna eat up the entire series until you get to like book 7, and then it starts to get
But that's okay. They deliver like 6, 7 really great books.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So
I finally I realize when there's these series that are really long, I'm okay with it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I enjoyed it. It's okay to drop off the series. Here. You know what? That hasn't happened with Ilona Andrews.
No, absolutely not. She really can keep it. And especially like those two characters, the Kate Daniels series. She gets together with the Alpha, I think in the 2nd book already, and the dynamics is so
really
fantastic that you don't get bored. You know who also does good relationship dynamics? Gail Carriger. Gail Carriger.
Oh, from the Soulless? Yes.
The Soulless.
They're adorable. Yes.
She's a soulless. What do they call her? What's her power called?
soul sucker?
Yeah,
Something
okay,
like that.
anyway. She's soulless and she dates the alpha of the London
Yeah.
of the London pack, and he's actually a Scottish guy, and he's like all ruffled and he's all unkept, and she's all
Proper and
propriety, full propriety. She's no nonsense because she's soulless, so she doesn't have emotions. And this guy is the total opposite, and that I love that relationship too. So
really
we will
good
be talking
dynamic.
about that book next with a special guest in our podcast. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, what about this?
Highly recommended. Great series. I love it.
I love it. So definitely go check out Moon Called by Patricia Briggs.
I also like her covers. I don't know. It has like the character. Okay, it's a little raunchy. It's a little sexy, but the quality of the illustration is
It's
really
really
nice.
good
It's not.
illustration,
It's
yeah.
like you can see it. It's really good, and it's I like it. Cover approved. It's still in the paranormal series. It's a little shows a kick-ass person. Like it.
So definitely go check it out and let us know what you thought at books@dapperanimals.com, and check out dapperanimals.com.
Ciao.
See you next time.